Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this video lesson, my dear students. Now, in this video lesson, we'll be continuing with Unit 2 magazines, lesson number 4, which is about identifying the writer's point of view using the language that he uses in a passage or a text on an article. So, let us proceed. Now, the lesson objectives are for today is identifying a writer's point of view. Number 2, identifying writer's attitude or his tone towards the piece of writing, and also identifying the positive and negative connotation of the words that are used in the passage. So these will be our objectives for today's lesson. Now let us start by describing author's point of view. What is author's point of view? Author's point of view refers to his or her position, the writer's position on an issue, on a subject. Okay, in other words, simply it's an opinion or a belief regarding that subject or the issue. Whose opinion? The writer's opinion. Okay, now the writer's opinion can be of two different types. The point of view of a writer can be broadly classified into two different types. The first one is biased point of view. That means a point of view is biased when the author only shows one side of the topic or the subject. That means he excludes information on the opposite point of view. Understand? So what is a biased point of view? A point of view where the writer presents only one side of the topic. For example, if we are talking about, benefits of or just online learning, your opinion about online learning. And if the writer goes on writing only about the benefits of online learning, regardless of all the disadvantages or vice versa, he is presenting only one side of the subject, then that writing is called as biased because he favors on any one side. So this biased point of view can again be, subdivided into positive point of view, that is biased positive point of view, or negative point of view. Because he is being biased, he can either write only good about it. Okay, that is, he can agree to a topic, he can be very positive about the subject, but he can also be just all negative about the subject, disagrees and doesn't support it. So biased point of view can be subdivided into positive point of view and negative point of view. The second type is unbiased or objective. Now, the point of view is objective when the author is unbiased or neutral. The author doesn't favor one side or the other. He doesn't favor any one side. That means he presents both the sides of the subject. It gives basic information. That article, that writing, what does it do? It gives basic information. It presents facts, like, for example, news. There are no opinions or perspective of the writer behind it. So, no opinion is involved when the writer is being unbiased or objective. He presents both sides of an issue or a problem. So, these are two, types of point of view that an author can have: biased and unbiased. Biased can again be only positive and only negative. Now, why is it important to understand writer's point of view? How does it help us? Hmm? What do you think? It helps you to understand what the writer thinks about a subject. What is his opinion? Isn't it important for us to understand his opinion? Because when we are reading, a persuasive essay or, an argumentative piece of writing, we have to understand what is his stand on a particular subject. What does he think about it? So, in order to understand his point of view, we have to understand, what his thoughts are about the subject. Hope it is clear. Let us move on to the second topic. The second objective of this lesson is understanding author's attitude. Now, this is different than the opinion. Okay, so let us not get confused. What is author's attitude. Now, in other words, we can also call it as tone. What is the tone of the author? Now, if we go on to define author's attitude, it is defined as writer's feeling about the subject he or she is writing about. A tone or the attitude indicates the author's feelings about what they have written. And what was the point of view? Point of view was, author's point of view is nothing but opinion. And what is attitude or tone? It means his feeling towards a subject. Understand? Now, let us understand this. I want you to think about when somebody uses a specific tone of voice. For example, let's say if your mother were yelling at you, she would have an angry tone of voice, isn't it? There can be modulation in her voice, and even the words that she chooses to shout at you will be different. So this is the tone of a voice. Okay. However, in literature or a piece of writing, you won't hear how somebody sounds, isn't it? So so you have to determine the tone that is being used in the writing. Now, how will we decide this? How can we identify the tone of or the attitude of the author? Okay. Now, what do? Writers have a special technique. They express their attitude or their tone through their word choices. Okay, I'm sorry. Through their word choices. Through their word choices, by the sentence structure that they use and the figurative language that they use. So we can understand the attitude by the first one is word choices. What kind of words does the author use? Isn't it? Like, are the words that the author used very emotional, or are they specific or common words that he has used? Or maybe if he is presenting an academic piece of writing, so all the words that he uses will be academic in nature. So you have to focus on the choice of words that the author has used. Secondly, any figurative language that the author has used, any similes to compare something, or metaphors, or the words like boom, crash, if he wants to stress on something, like shocking words. So figurative language, not only that, the rhetorical questions used, okay, alliteration, repetition, all these words he uses for a specific purpose. He wants the words to have an effect on you, isn't it? So you have to focus on those figurative language as well. The next one being, the sentence structure. The sentence structure, what do I mean by it? How is the sentence structure? You have to see if the writer is using, simple or complex sentences. Does the writer use very, long sentences or short ones? This also helps you to identify his tone. Understand? Also, you have to focus on, is he presenting a balanced view of the subject, or is it biased? This is also this will also help you to determine the attitude, isn't it? Okay. Now, what is the author's attitude? What will be his attitude or tone? It can be a positive or a negative tone. He can either agree to something or totally disagree with something. So he can be positive or negative. He can be sarcastic about something, sarcastic about something, like irony, you can say, sarcastic, being sarcastic about something. Or he can be sentimental about something, like emotional feeling, especially when he's happy. So you can understand when the writer is writing something whether he's sentimental or not. The choice of words will show you whether he's being happy or not, isn't it? Or is he calm, or is he admiring something, or is he being optimistic about something? What is optimistic? Hoping and believing that something good will happen. Optimistic. Okay. Or is he curious about something? Is he interested in learning things? Curious. Or is he appreciative about something? Is he appreciating something there? Okay. or maybe regretting something, or he's indifferent to something, not liking or not thinking or not interested in something or someone, indifferent attitude. Or is he being nostalgic? Nostalgic is feeling happy and also sad about things that has happened in the past. Sometimes we have memories, isn't it? Nostalgic feelings, okay? And then, or is he being just humorous, funny? So these are some, attitudes, not all. There are, more hundreds of attitudes a writer can have. So to begin with, you have to focus on, these things. Or sometimes you can also just say, is the writer depressed, or is he cheerful? Is he angry about something? Is he sympathetic about something? Is he excited about something, cynical about something? So there are different tones that a writer can have. Okay. But there is something to remember. Okay. What is it? It's not always easy to understand an author's tone. You know why? Because authors can change or shift their tones. For example, the author can start with a negative tone. He might disagree with something, or he might say that he didn't like something, but may end up in a positive tone. This happens. So you have to be very careful. Don't get tricked out by that. Remember, it's not always easy to understand an author's tone. Do you understand? Because they keep changing or shifting tones. Let us see for an example. This is taken from your building skills English textbook, page number 40. If you see this extract of that article that is given there, the author starts, in the first paragraph. If you see here, sliding across a frozen lake in Norwegian wilderness, the stars twinkling above you as a team of huskies pull you onward sounds lovely, wouldn't you say? You might even think it sounds idyllic. Well, let me tell you, it was horrible. Now, if we see the choice of words, the writer's choice of words, here in line number 4, he uses lovely, and then here he says it sounds idyllic. So we find that the idea behind, his holidaying, it sounded lovely, idyllic, something ideal, isn't it? But in the last line, suddenly he changes. So he's positive, he's being positive about his holidays. But in the last line, he says, well, let me tell you, it was horrible. So the word that he has chosen to describe his holiday actually is horrible. But don't get confused in the beginning. Oh, the writer is using the word, lovely, idyllic. So maybe the attitude or the tone is positive about it. No, he suddenly, shifted his tone by saying that he was horrible. So his he thought that it would be lovely, he thought that it would be ideal, but actually it was horrible. So you have to be very careful in deciding the tone the author uses, because they keep shifting their tones. Now, let us practice. Hope it is clear. Okay, let us practice. I want you to read this, okay, and identify the author's tone. Take a minute. Let me read it out. When he realized that he was in one piece, he knew that at the very least he must be completely flat, with face peering out and his brains leaking out of his ears. Now, is the author's tone serious, regretting, humorous, or calm? What do you think? Hmm? What do you think his attitude is? Hmm? Is it serious? Is he being serious about it? Hmm? No. Then what is his tone? Is he regretting about something? No, he's not regretting about something. Is he calm about that thing that happened? No, he's being humorous. Look at these, the choice of words, his brain's leaking out of his ears. And he must, be completely flat with his face peering out, his brain's leaking out. So he's being humorous. So these are the, words that he has chosen um, uh, uh, to help the readers identify his attitude or tone. That is humorous. He's being humorous here. Let us look at one more example. Now here the extract says, just look at the Titanic. The captain said, even God can't sink this ship. Then, on the first voyage across the Atlantic Ocean, boom, it hit an iceberg and sank. Now, what is the author's opinion? What do you think is author's opinion? Is he admiring what happened to Titanic? Is he being appreciative about it? Or does it show that he is indifferent? What does it show? What does it show? What does it display? Huh? Sarcastic tone. Why? Because in the first, statement that he made, even God can't sink this ship. He was so confident about it. But what happened? On the first voyage across Atlantic Ocean, boom, it hit an iceberg and sank. So the writer is being very sarcastic about what the statement made by the captain. Don't you think so? So he's not admiring it, he's not being appreciative about it, he's not being indifferent, but he's being sarcastic about the statement of the captain. Let us look at one more example. It's October and my thoughts turn, as they do each year, to finding a way to stop us from going skiing. I don't like skiing. I especially don't like what it does to my wife Elaine. She becomes a different person. A frightening, overdaring side of her comes out. She bombs down black, runs like a lunatic. Now, what is the writer's attitude to skiing? Does he like it? No, he doesn't, because the statement is given here, I don't like skiing. So he is negative about it. Okay. What is the writer's attitude to his wife skiing? I especially don't like the choice of the word that he wants to use here, especially what it does to my wife. With this, with these words, we know that he is even less positive about it, because he emphasized, it is emphasized by the word especially. I especially don't like what it does to my wife. He is less positive about it. Of course, he doesn't like it more. Understand? Now the next one is, which word suggests the writer's view of his wife's skiing? Find three examples. Hmm? What is his view about his wife skiing? Any three examples? Look at this. Frightening, over daring side, lunatic. Huh? Isn't it? These are the words that he chooses to describe his wife's skiing. Okay, now every word, most of the words, every word has a positive or negative connotation. If I say someone you are fat, and if I say someone you are a little overweight, who will feel more offended? Of course, number one, if you say if you're fat, a person might feel offended, isn't it? But if you say you are a little overweight, so a person might not feel so bad. Why? Because overweight has positive connotation, positive association. Whereas if you say fat, a person might feel very offended because it carries negative association, negative connotation. I want you to think of these words: slim, skinny, thin, lean. Think of it. Which words are positive? Which words have negative connotations? Now, the writer, let us look at this. The writer describes the firework display as like being in a war. He describes what firework displays like being in a war. Think of few words or ideas associated with war. Do you think these ideas give the word war positive or negative associations? Let us see. War. We can think of danger if it is war, maybe a hero in the war, maybe a conflict, death, isn't it? Or bravery, or destruction, damage. So, what do you think? Most of these words, what do they carry? A positive or negative connotation? Majority of connotations are likely to be negative, like danger, conflict, death, destruction, damage. So, war, this word, these are the words which are associated with war, and majority of connotations are likely to be negative. So you have to think about positive and negative connotations of the words that the writer has used. Now this will be your homework. I want you to go to page number 40 to 41. Refer to the extract given on page 41 and write the answers in your notebook. You have to complete the activity 1, questions 2 to 5, also activity 2, questions 1 to 3. You have to submit your homework by the end of 3rd July 2020. Thank you and good luck. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.